Hello and welcome to today's weather video after this just October heat wave. I'm telling you, you're looking at the satellite here. Not a cloud in the sky. There was some haze around, but a very sunny day. But very hot. Today was the hottest so far of this October heat wave, is what I'm calling it right now. And I did actually try to spend some time outside today. Not Fire Island because it was still too hot for that. I went to Bayard Cutting Arboretum for a little bit. I lasted about maybe 45 minutes, and I just got too hot, and I had to leave. But really have some pines around too. A little bit of color. Not really much foliage starting yet. It's a little early, but I'm sure this drought's going to impact the foliage. Just what it looked like on the water, and you could see again some of that haze down at the surface, and could notice it even more when the sun set today. There's some moderate air quality in effect, moderate air quality. No air quality alerts, but there was some haze just because it was so hot, not wildfire smoke, just due to the heat. Today was a hot day, and we tied the record again at Islip today, so let's go talk about that first. Islip record report for today, the record high of 83 was tied. This was set back in 2002, so yeah, it hit 83 today at Islip, which is absolutely insane. So let's go ahead and look at the full climate report. There's your 83 high. That is 15 degrees above normal. However, we did have radiational cooling at night. The low was 53. That was only 2 degrees above normal. I wish my alley got that. I think the alley only got down to like 65 or whatever, but 68 was the average for the day, so that's still 8 degrees above normal. No precipitation so far this month. Very dry, and the hotter. It seems like the heat and the drought kind of work in tandem because the dry ground heats up faster, which makes it even hotter and dries things out even more. So it's almost like what I would call a positive feedback loop. And I think let's go look at yesterday. Oh, it's not popping up now. That's nice. All right, I have to kind of refresh this. Let's go over here and go look at yesterday. I want to look at yesterday too. So yesterday, I think we also tied a record of 83 as well. Yep. Yeah, but the low again was close. 53 was the low. So that was only 1 degree above normal. Then we go to Friday. Friday was the last comfortable day. So we've had 2 days in a row of over 80 degrees. Friday we had a high of 71 and 47, but we had a lot of clouds around. We're actually 1 degree below normal. But the whole weekend, other than that, has been hot. If you go and you look at Newark as well, Newark also got pretty hot as well. They had a high of 87 today. Yesterday, their high was 87 as well. The Central Park got up to. Well, we'll go to the map and we'll take a look. We'll show you what's going on right now with these temperatures because it's ridiculous. But tonight, not cooling down as much. I'm really curious about West Hampton. They're 57 already. So, whatever the case is, because we have the clear skies and light winds, even though the dew points are not that low, 64, these areas are getting fog. But it's cooling below the dew point. Don't ask me how that's happening. I don't even know at this point. Maybe because the ground is dry. But there's a big where there is obviously not here. But if you're in an open space area, especially the Pine Barrens, it'll get colder right now. 68 and not a whole lot of wind today. If we look at the wind speeds were very light all day today. Not a lot of wind at all, so the breeze was not very effective, and it felt pretty hot out there. We looked at yesterday. Yesterday, you could see there was fog, actually. Yeah, you could see there was fog at Islip in the middle. We're probably going to see that again tonight with those cool temperatures. But as far as Saturday goes, Saturday we got up to the 80s too. But there was a little more of a breeze on Saturday, so it felt better. Today, there wasn't, and it just really felt brutal. So we're going to look at the map and look at all these highs on the map here for you. You can see highs generally low 80s across the area, low to mid 80s. Right on the shore, upper 70s still. Very humid if you were there. The dew points were in the 60s today. Definitely feeling that humidity. 84 for a high at Central Park. 86 at LaGuardia. And let's see how New Jersey did. Toms River. 85 in the Pine Barrens. So Toms River not that much hotter, and there's a reason for that. And even though they've had literally the same air mass, because the ground's a little more moist there, I think, because they've had more rain, it's not as hot during the day, or not as hot as it could be. 48 for a low in the Pine Barrens west of Toms River. 52 at West Hampton this morning. So, yeah, that's pretty cold. Again, got to get cool. If not here, though. Not here. So, again, if you look at West Hampton, you'll see dew points in the West Hampton actually in the 50s. The dew points, for some reason, do drop off at night in the Pine Barrens. But we're starting to see that fog develop. And then the temperatures during the day got up again, up into the 70s. Looks like they close to 80, but not as bad over there, I guess. And then you could see again last night the same thing with the fog. Here we are this morning with the fog. And then Saturday it got up into the upper 70s too. So the dew points hit the 40s. A little bit better over there. A little bit better on Saturday, believe it or not. Let's see. And I'm just kind of curious as how low it got. Look at that. Saturday morning, it actually got down to the mid-40s. Yeah, so it was pretty chilly over there. So mid-40s, probably likewise for New Jersey too. Saturday morning. That was the last cool night we had was Saturday morning, and obviously it was cool. I mean, it has been cooling off. Even this morning cooled up, but Saturday morning was cool enough that I didn't need to use the air conditioner. I was able to give it a little bit of a rest, but was I? I don't know if I was. Probably not. I had the laundry going. Sorry, I couldn't. Yeah, this is what it is. If you live somewhere where you can open your window and get fresh air, you can actually turn off the air conditioner at night. But not here. So let's, you know the deal. I don't have to say it. I'm not going to say anymore. Let's look at the weather map now. And you can see big high pressure over us. Looking at the satellite, we'll go ahead and look at the CONUS view. Let's go to that CONUS view, shall we? Nice if it would load. There we go. As you can see, not a whole lot going on. Not much going on at all, pretty much. Not much going on at all. So, quiet. And we're going to, the tropics, we do have an area that they're watching. Cape Verde type systems that will have to be watched. Storm Prediction Center. Okay, this is what we might have to keep an eye on this for overnight into Wednesday morning. Let's see. They don't have anything. We don't have any else in any risk zone. But we do have a cold front coming through. That's our next chance for some rain. If we go look at day 2, day 3, you see that cold front approaching, and that could be the next chance for some rain that we desperately need at this point. Yeah, let's go to the models, and we'll take a look at all this stuff, and take a look at the pattern, at the overall pattern as well. So we'll go look at the European, and just using 18Z runs in this. All right, so let's go to the jet stream first, and you can see that huge ridge that we have over us. All right, but you see that there is a dip coming down that's going to bring cool down Wednesday into Thursday, and then we have to watch for this cutoff system. Now, the 18Z doesn't go far enough out for this, but if we go here, you can see that could be a coastal low or some type of tropical system that could bring us a chance of rain to the weekend, depending on where that winds up. But then after that, it's showing another ridge again. So that's what it's looking like on the Euro. Let's look at the upper air. So again, we see that huge ridge over us, ridiculous ridge, just ridiculous. This ridge is ridiculous. In fact, I'm just going to look at the high temperatures today. I want to see how far these, because if you were even up in New England, yeah, look at this, 80s, even up as far as Plattsburgh into, I mean, it's got to be shattering records all over the place up here. You can see how much cooler it was on Nova Scotia, but again, the 80s go all the way up here into Quebec. This have to be some record high temperatures. That's ridiculously warm. Very, very warm. I'm very sure of that. Now I'm kind of curious. Let's see if we have any record temperatures for that were set for. Let's see if we have any record reports. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, record high temperature of 79. Broke steel, Caribou, Maine. So we do have some records here that were set in some of these areas. So yeah, that's not a surprise considering. Not a surprise at all. Not a surprise at all. So second day in a row, daily record was tied at islip. So just crazy kind of heat that we've been dealing with. So anyway, let's go to the back to our models. So it just shows you the kind of heat we've been dealing with. Unfortunately, it does. We do get a dent in it, and then we've got to watch for this development. This has been showing. Again, the models don't agree on this. The GFS seems to want to kick it out, but the Euro wants to hold it in a little bit, which could ruin the weekend, but could also bring some rain, which we need. Now, if we look at the GFS, let's see if the GFS has a similar. GFS is a little more stronger with that ridge and kind of holds it down a little more and keeps it away from us. You can see the difference right there. All right, so that's the difference in the two models there that we have. Let's go look at our temperatures. Our temperature anomaly chart, obviously, well above normal. You can see that well above normal. It goes into Canada. Still above normal tomorrow. Tuesday, still above normal. We get a break Wednesday into Thursday, a cool down, and then we see the temperatures again start to try to go above normal again for much of the country. And you can see here, we'd have to watch again for that low. It's weird that is not going far enough. Oh, we're looking at the GFS, right? Okay, so GFS obviously not showing that low and having much of an impact on our temperatures. We go back above normal again, unfortunately, as we get into next week and the following weekend. We go to the European here. You can see again all that above normal, all those above normal temperatures. We finally get a little break from that on Thursday and Friday, and then it stays near normal because of that surface feature, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. Kind of keeps the temperatures down a little bit with the cloud cover and rain, but then eventually it goes back above normal again. This is the European. So let's go look at the surface now, and we'll show you what we have here going on. So again, this very hot high, now it's an Atlantic ridge. Which initially brought us that nice weather we had, the cool weather we had last week, and now we're seeing the return flow and the heat. So this is the cold front that comes through. Originally it was going to be overnight, Tuesday night. Now it's looking more like Wednesday morning. This cold front comes through. High pressure builds in, pretty strong high pressure, but then we've got to watch this coastal low. Here we go. This could be some type of hybrid type of system developing, and we'll have a better idea of this. And it looks like maybe part of Saturday would be dry, but then Saturday night to Sunday could be a real soaker, and this thing kind of just gets stuck over us for a couple of days, which is what we need. That would help us get out of the drought, and that would help bring us a decent amount of rain. If we were to look at the total accumulated precipitation, you'd see that would be a good maybe 3 to or maybe 5 inches of rain, which is really what we need. But we don't know if this is going to actually happen or not. This is a ways away. All right, if we go to the other model, the GFS, it doesn't show it. So here's the GFS. Same thing, front comes through Wednesday, high pressure builds on top. We have nice stretch of weather, but see how the GFS kind of suppresses it, and we don't get it at all. But eventually it might try to come back at us next week. This is the GFS, a little different, stronger with the ridging. So we have a disagreement on that, and right now it's way too early to tell what's going to happen with that system. Let's focus on this week instead. So just keeping it out there that this will have to be watched. It could actually be a coastal low, could be a nor'easter, could even have tropical characteristics to it, maybe even a tropical storm. We don't know at this point. We'll look at it a little bit further. If you want to stick around toward the end of the video, I'll go over at windy.com and we'll take a look and see. But that would bring us a lot of rain if we were to get that. We could take a closer look at that on the Euro right now. So if we go all the way here, you'd see that's as far as the 18Z Euro goes. But if you look at the 12Z, you'll see how it kind of brings it up and in like that. So that would be a good amount of rain, and if we were to get that. So and there could be a decent amount of wind with that too as well. Yeah. But it would be a good amount of rain. If we looked at the total accumulated precip again, that would give us a real good amount of rain. So 2 inches plus. Because if we just look at the Wednesday system, it's only going to be a half an inch to maybe an inch in some spots on this on the European 18-0, trending even drier, which is not good. That's not what we want to see at all, unfortunately. So now let's go to look at our short-range models here, the HRRR, and this is not really going to take us out to. I don't think this is going to take us out. Yeah, it's not going to take us out that far. I'll have another video Tuesday night as we address the cold front. But let's get the dew points and wind flow first. And you'll see here that we have, again, that south-west flow, and that goes a little more southerly tomorrow. The 2 points, again, seem to drop a little bit during the day, but it looks like it's showing a little more wind tomorrow, hopefully. And then as we get into Tuesday, the humidity will increase, but so will the winds, and so will the amount of clouds. Hopefully we've peaked with the heat. The night, we might cool down again tonight. We might see 50s in the with some fog in the more rural areas. We didn't have any of that here. And then more rural, undeveloped areas, not in this urban. Anyway, tomorrow, again, highs. If you're inland, I think it'll be just as high as today. But I think there'll be a little more of a sea breeze on Long Island, so hopefully it'll keep the temperatures a few degrees cooler than yesterday. Tomorrow night, again, we'll see those temperatures drop possibly into the 50s in the more rural areas, in the more open areas, at 60s everywhere else. And then one more hot day on Tuesday. You can see the temperatures rising up into, again, possibly 80s. 80s probably inland, and on Long Island probably 70s. Be a little more of a breeze that day. Hopefully it'll keep the worst of this heat away. Let's go and look at the European now. I'll just show you this cold front that's going to be coming through, show you what it's going to be doing. So here's the cold front coming through, and you can see the dew points, the humid air gets squashed. It comes through Wednesday morning, so it's a little slower. Some of the models were trying to speed it up. Originally, this was the timing all along. But you'll see those we have north winds come in behind the front, and once again, they go northeast on Thursday, and then east, and then we have that system to watch. And that looks like it's going to be a possible tropical system that will have to be watched. Wouldn't that be funny if we had a really powerful tropical system develop just off the coast and then hit us? You never know. Could even be a hurricane. I don't think it will be, but just got to throw that out there. But anyway, here we are Wednesday. You can see that cooler air trying to bleed in 70s, and then we go back into the 40s by Thursday morning. Thursday, we're going to be struggling to get up to this low to mid 60s. It's going to be nice and fall-like, and it's going to feel great. Friday, it already starts warming up again. So we'll really get only one day of that really nice fall-like air. But I'll enjoy it because it's been way too warm. That's for sure. It's ridiculous. And we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that front again on the European. So this is the front here. It comes through, and you can see really kind of low resolution, but there could be a chance for maybe some heavier rain. We'll have a better idea. There could be a chance. We'll see. We've gotten our hopes up so many times already. I'm not going to get a little excited until we have more model confirmation. The NAM 12 doesn't go far enough out, so none of the models go far enough out. Let's go to the RGM. We'll look at our sky conditions. And tomorrow, I think, is going to be similar to today. We'll have some fog in the morning, then mostly sunny, and then tomorrow night we might see a few more wisps of cirrus around, perhaps, and then as we get into Tuesday, we'll have increasing amounts of clouds, and obviously Wednesday should have plenty of clouds, and then maybe clearing out toward the end of the day, and that's as far as we've got on the cloud cover. I'm assuming we want to go a little further. Here's the GFS. Here's Thursday, showing mostly sunny conditions, and then Friday we'll have to watch the clouds trying to come in from that system off to the south, and we'll have to see what happens with that. Right now, way too early to tell. So let's go to the Climate Prediction Center. This is not what I want to see. Above normal temperatures again, and below normal precipitation. Well, they have us in the near normal for the 6 to 10 day. All the wet weather's out west where it's cooler. That's where the troughiness is. showing a little bit area of above, possibly due to that tropical or coastal system. And then on the 8 to 14 day, again, still near normal. Still seeing, and look at these temperatures again, way above normal. So again, not what I want to see. No real sign of any sustained cool weather yet, unfortunately. So let's just go into the hypothetical. We'll go to windy.com. We'll take a look at this system for the weekend that we're watching here on the European. So let's go. We already have the wind up here, and I'll go to wind gusts just for the heck of it. Here we are, Thursday, Friday. And yeah, this is the system right here that we have to watch out for. So Saturday, and this system actually looks, yeah, it could be some type of hybrid, but these winds look pretty impressive. Look at these winds just off to the south. 81, 55, so this could be a tropical system. We're going to have to watch this for, again, this would be Sunday and the Monday. The Euro, again, has this. The GFS does not have this coming inland like this, but it will have to be watched. So this could be a bad situation. So, again, keep that out there. We have one model showing this. I think it's only one model at this point, just the European. I'll go back to the other models and take a look. But this would be a bad situation, and we would have pretty big waves as a result to this as well. Yeah, this would be pretty bad. So, yeah, be a lot of coastal flooding. And I wouldn't even know. Yeah, it's even worse than this one. So we're going to have to watch this potential closely. And again, the GFS does not have it, but the European does. Just go back to Tropical Tidbits and see if the Icon has it, some of the other models, and see if they have it. That doesn't go far enough out. I'd have to go back to 12Z. Yeah, it looks like it's got, yeah, it has the stronger high. Hopefully that's stronger. Well, we could actually use the rain, but we don't really need it. We need the remnants from a tropical storm or hurricane, not an actual hit by a tropical storm or hurricane. So your Icon luckily keeps it suppressed, and the Canadian also seems to keep it suppressed. But the European will have to be watched because the European does seem to have a better record of things. Lastly, just one stop at Ventu Sky, just to look at the wind situation for tomorrow, and hopefully there will be more of a breeze tomorrow. I can tell those arrows are moving faster. So hopefully tomorrow will not feel as brutal as today, especially by the afternoon. Looks like a decent breeze gets going. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. Well, a few more days of this. One more really day of the heat. And I think it starts backing off Tuesday. And it's just, this October heat wave is just absolutely ridiculous. This is like unbelievable stuff. Anyway, the only saving grace is that the sun sets earlier and hasn't been, it's been humid, but hasn't been oppressively humid. But it's definitely uncomfortable out there. Definitely for October. This is like equivalent to like mid to upper 90s in the middle of the summer. This is a heat wave in October. Anyway, have a good night.